What's up, everybody? We're going to talk about the government and politicians. We're always in our own little clique. Republicans, Democrat, MAGAs, liberal. It's all divided over just our particular issues of what we think life should be like. But we all have the same wants and needs. It's how we go about it. The thing is that I realize is nobody ever has solutions. None. They want to get somewhere. Division is how they get there. To get the majority of Americans to vote for them, they have to divide the people. It's never about uniting. I mean, you had the Democrats with Obama. He was about uniting because he had both sides. But even when he did it, people started to hate immediately on race. Every issue became a race issue. Even if it wasn't anything to do about race, it was because a black man was doing it, and then race became the issue. Obama never mentioned anything good or bad about any of the races, but racist white people in this country and triggered white people in this country saw that any issue that we had as Americans became a race issue, not because the actual thing we were dealing with had to deal with race. It became a race issue because a black man wanted it for you. A black man was leading it for you. So those who say they aren't racist, but I voted Obama, then I voted Trump. The reason why is because Trump hated on Obama, said he wasn't even a citizen. How do you go from, I want love, hope, and peace, to I want to destroy people of color, and then say, I'm not racist? What did Donald Trump say to any Democrat, Republican, anybody that he was going to do for you? Nothing. They brought up problems that we really didn't even care about, and then all of a sudden said they were going to solve it. The border. Y'all don't care about the border. I'm going to give you an example why I know none of y'all care about the border. Not the politicians, not even you. It is just a wedge issue to get you to bring out your hatred and literally say it's something that you care about. I love the country, therefore, shut the fuck up. None of that shit is real. It's all fake. Let me give you an example how I know you giving a fuck about the border is fake as fuck. What's the problem with the border? I know you say millions of people coming in and we have an infiltration, and shut the fuck up. Ain't got shit to do with that. Those people come here, they don't even hardly commit any crimes. The facts show they commit less crimes than any American citizen. Way less. I mean, the 0.000. So they ain't the problem when it comes to crime. That's a lie. You just want to attach that to them, but it's a lie. Stats don't bear it out. So why do you don't like immigrants? Well, I know why some racist white people don't like it, because there's too many of them, which means they have a lot of babies, and which that means that your population is going to be, within the next 50 years, the minority in this country. So the browning of America is the main reason racist white people want them out. And therefore, they built this whole bullshit on the idea of immigrants so that you would hate them too. And then they told you they were taking your jobs and killing your people. They're not killing your people, and they damn sure ain't taking your jobs. So what's the problem with the border? Too many of them? It's not crime. It's not taking your job, because none of y'all are going to go out in the field and make $50 a day picking about 400 pounds of food. No, you're not going to do it. Quit lying to yourself. Quit lying to the American people. The reason why I can tell you that the Republicans, nor the Democrats, nor the independents, nor the politicians give a fuck about the immigration situation is because they never tell you what the real problem is. They put the problem on the people and not on the people who push them toward us. See, if you really wanted to solve the problem with anything in life, you get to the root of the problem. That's the only way you can solve it. You guys have made up BS as the problem. Crime. They're raping our women. They're doing this. They're doing that. Look at this person who died to an immigrant. Look at how many white people kill people in this country. By the droves more, millions more than any immigrant. So how about we do this? If your problem is the crime in this country, by the millions white men do it. So why don't we just get rid of white criminals and white men racists and kick them out the country like you did this Venezuelans? I guarantee you'll solve a majority of your problems if you got rid of racist white men and white criminals. I guarantee you this country would be a better country. How about that? See, being the criminals and the people unaliving your people, that's not the real problem, because you don't want to do that. If you really wanted to solve the problem of the crime in this country, you'd get rid of them, wouldn't you? Of course. So you don't care about people's lives dying because you're not trying to get rid of the people who kill the most. You're trying to get rid of brown people who you think kill. Exactly. And then on top of that, you think they're taking your jobs. No, The jobs in which you would take are coming from mostly white people who come from white countries that come here with visas and make way more than you do doing the same job. Those are the people taking your jobs. Do you want them to leave? I haven't heard any of you guys even mention them. So getting jobs that you deserve, you feel, is not really the problem, you're saying. Because you're not going after the people who are taking your jobs. You're saying that these brown people are, yet you won't go out in the field and pick 400 pounds of oranges for $50 a day. So it doesn't appear that you really give a fuck about these people taking your jobs, nor do you give a fuck about getting rid of crime in this country. You care about these people being here, so you make up shit to try and get them out. Now, let's say you're mad about the amount of numbers coming in because you're scared of the browning of America. Let's get to the real truth. Now we got to the real truth. How do you get these people coming from other countries to stop coming in droves? You solve the problem in which they have. What's the problem of why these people are coming to their country? They're seeking asylum, which literally means they're running away from crime, from people who could kill them. Give me your tired, right? That's why they're coming here, because we had that phrase, right? Statue of Liberty. And we ain't going to get into that because the true history of that is about slavery and not about immigration. But that's for another day to speak to you about facts. But the reality is they're coming here because there's something that they're running away from in their country. Now, one of those problems is the drug cartel. If America really wanted to get rid of the people coming in here in droves, they would go to the country and find out what the problem is so that these people would stay in their own country if you didn't like it. Now, how would you do that? If you really wanted to solve the problem, you would get in agreement with Mexico, right? And find out what the problem is, right? Then have your army and their army and have a war on drugs and crime in Mexico and get them out. Right? Send them over to another country and put them in prison, and then go and invest in Mexico so that those people can get living wage jobs for that particular country. And then they cannot have themselves wanting to come into this country because they're doing well in their own. If you really wanted to solve the problem, there is your solution. You don't really want to solve the problem because none of that has ever been on the table. Democrats, Republicans, independents, MAGA, all of you. You don't want to solve it. So quit lying to the American people that that's a fucking problem. It is not. These drug cartels own Mexico as well as they own America. If you don't believe that there are rich white men in this country right the fuck now that are in cahoots with Mexico and their cartel, then you're a dumbass. This country is entrenched in that life. We are allowing it. We're allowing our billionaires to make money off that. You telling me this country has truckloads of this stuff coming into our country and you think that's a regular criminal? No, that is a billionaire in this country being able to buy truckloads of this type of drug and bring it into our country and sell it. This is a huge situation here. This thing is bringing in, I'm sure, trillions of dollars a year. And you want us to think that that's a regular criminal that's doing that shit? You're out here trying to get these people on the street selling it, but you ain't trying to get these corporation owners who are out here bringing it in their trucks? Yeah, you ain't trying to solve the problem. You're trying to find a scapegoat. You want to solve the problem, you can stop it from coming into the country. So quit lying to the American people that you give a damn about these brown people coming into your country because they're criminals. Quit acting like you give a fuck about ending immigrants coming into this country because you could easily do it. You choose not to. You've never had a solution. Hell, you ain't even told the American people why they're coming. You've never had any kind of strategic plan to stop that from the other side of the border. Have never had an agreement with Mexico to get rid of the people who are causing these people to come here to begin with. None of this has been a solution they've offered to the American people. How did I come up with it? Am I a genius? I don't think I'm a genius. I just believe that the government lies to you and you guys pick sides on which one's going to lie to you the best. That's how you solve one problem. In all the years that I've been alive in this country, America, I have yet to see or hear any politician come up with a simple solution that I just gave, and you all know it would work. But you rather sit and bitch and moan at each other about brown people because you got hatred, and you don't even want a solution to the problem. You just want to validate your hatred. Did I say something wrong? Did I lie? No, I don't do that. If you are an American, you know I just told you the truth. I'm done.